Okay, I can hear the stress in your voice when you were talking about like just thinking about tool storage and how painful it can be. That was me like December, January, but we made it through. We've arrived at the new system, and I can tell you it's 1,000,000% better. It's 10 times faster, and I'm not exaggerating. So here's our toolboxes there. We went to randomized tool storage, like this. So there's a sticker on every bin. There's also a Kanban card for ordering up top. We do not control inventory of the tools. That might be coming, but the key is we keep everything in Airtable. So there's a form for end mills, there's a form for drills, there's a form for taps, there's a form for, I don't know, there's tons of forms, and there's like a giant, it's basically a database, right? It's just structured like that. But, so a new tool is just the next new tool. It goes at the end of the line. Looks like we're up to 453 right now. But it's in the computer. Super, super important that that is mirrored perfectly in Fusion. So step one is just filter in Fusion. There's a tool library. Everybody has access to the same one. It's tools up to 453. And then we reassign those tool numbers to tools 1 through 40, depending on the machine that it's in. The holders are also in the system. So inside Fusion, you're going to assign a holder, you're going to assign the tool, and then you're going to put it together, clip it, right? So you clip it, tool 339. Tool 339 is always tool 339, no matter what. But we clip that to the tool holder, which is with the setup sheet. And then at the machine. See, the thing is, I know why you're stressed is because you can't go from, there's no half implementation of any of this system. You have to go full bore right away. And yes, that does mean you have to enter everything into, I wouldn't recommend Excel, but put everything into Airtable, put everything into Fusion at the same time so they match. They have to match. It's super important. But then we use bins on the machine. So the machine's empty right now, but normally it says tool 38 is always the fan here. But we love these bins too because we put, if we're running a job that's going to go through 5 3/8 end mills, we'll stack them all up in here. But the important part is somebody who does not know what's going on, if this machine breaks a tool, they can look over, they can see the tool pocket, they can see what tool it is. It's tool 166. They know exactly where it's at over in the drawer, and they can set it up. So honestly, my programmer does not set up or tear down tools or machines anymore. He just sits there and programs, and the high schooler puts together and takes apart all these tools because there's not much to know. It's tool 145, you know what holder it goes in, and then you know where to put it in the machine. I cannot explain how easy it is. I mean, here's the setup sheet. Setup sheet with a whole bunch of tools. Setup sheet says what tool number goes in what tool pocket. And yes, so I stressed out about this for like months. It took me 4 months to put together like, and this is just after hours and stuff, right? Like 4 hours to put together, well, I don't know, doesn't matter. Super long time to put together the Airtable database. But, okay, the other super critical thing is that the programmer cannot stand up from the desk, walk to the tool drawer, and see if that tool is here while he's programming. You can never do that because like water, you're going to take the path of least resistance. If you think the path of least resistance is walk over to the tool cabinet and see if that tool is here or not, that's horrible. It's going to take a ton of time. The randomized tool storage gets away from that. So if you walk up to the tool cabinet and you're looking for a quarter 20 tap, you have to punch it in the computer, you have to search for it, and then it'll tell you where it is. When you put that resistance in place, the easiest thing to do is keep your butt at your desk, click over to Airtable, see if it's a stock or non-stock tool, and then you know if it's here or not. And you're eliminating like dozens of trips back and forth between the programming desk and the toolbox. And since all the information's in Airtable, we have all the EDP numbers for ordering and stuff, and so someone else orders, the office lady orders. I don't do that anymore, and that stuff is super critical. Basically, that I think that's kind of where the wins are. Not standing up from the programming desk. You can train a high schooler to do it, and you can have somebody who doesn't even know what piece of carbide is, and they can do the ordering for it. So yeah. Anyways, that's how I engineered myself out of all that junk that I did not want to do. And let me tell you, it makes life so much better in the shop. So anyways, those are my thoughts. If you have any questions, hit me up.